You seen the movie
I got a
Anaconda?
few texts. They were saying you're really Drake's twin.
Fuck. The whole day's ruined.
Bro,
Mesa Cafe, that would happen a lot to you.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, perks. Like perico. No estamos perico.
You don't know Jason Kelsey?
He's an eagle, and the other one's
Yeah.
a chief, and I don't care too much for him.
All right,
Yeah.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Yeah, the fucking Zach Galifianakis.
I thought that was an edit.
No, that was real.
Oh, shit.
He's all time.
Like, that's funny as fuck.
Oh, no laptop? Is that new since I've been gone?
No, this is the first time we're actually doing that.
All right, welcome back to Passion
put
to
on your hat.
Profits. I'm here with Fredo and Mitch. I'm taking over the hosting spot this time because, as you know, Mitch got fired last time. Now I fired Fredo, and I'm going to just be the lead spot. So how's it going, Fredo? How's it going, Mitch?
Good,
God,
bro.
let's take that all back, guys. I'm just kidding. We're in it. We're
No,
in deep.
go. You should do it. You should do it.
No, I don't want to do it. You did it.
No, I was joking. You
No,
do
that
it.
was good though.
I was joking,
All right,
bud. You
anyway,
do it.
Nicky
so-
Jam and this shit.
Are you serious? All right. Well, we definitely want to know in the
Looks good to
comments
me.
since we need a picture of Mitch's head. Mitch, look at the camera. All right. So we fired him, but he's back. And he
I'm
came
back by
with-
high demand.
Tell me this: if you guys have seen El
Popular
Ganador,
demand,
yeah.
have you seen this, Danny?
What?
The Nicky Jam documentary.
On Netflix. It's new.
El
I think.
Ganador.
Yeah, we watched it together,
watched
right?
it together. You
Yeah,
showed
we
it to me.
did. We did. Tell me not.
Fredo says my
I
cut
watched
looks
it
like
while I
Nicky
was taking
Jam.
care of you when you were fucking
Yeah.
down and out.
No, you did. You did
Yeah.
actually.
You were sitting there like, oh, I'm pain meds, and I was just sitting there watching El Ganador.
Wait, no, I did. No, for which one?
When you got shot.
No, I wasn't on pain meds.
Well, pain meds, aspirin, ibuprofen, that's what I mean.
He says
Not
that
any
my-
narcotics.
He's saying my
Over
hair
the
color looks like
counter.
Nicky Jam.
Yeah?
Yes
I'm
or
like-
no?
You guys could be like, long distance
Just
cousins
like-
or something.
Long distance
All
cousin.
right, you have to put the hat back on though.
He gets secondhand
go like El
embarrassment from it.
go like El Ganador.
Yeah, do that. No, take off the hat. Take off the hat and do it.
No.
Talk like,
Bro, why'd you make him feel bad? He looked fine without the hat
Now I'm
on.
embarrassed.
all right,
Fredo was like, you gotta look like me. Put the hat back on.
if we have a merch drop, I want Mitch's face dead and center like Nicky Jam,
That'd be funny as fuck.
with Nicky on the back and Mitch on the front.
That's fucking
Bro,
Mitchy Jam.
No, we should make the 90s distressed band tees, but of us.
Yeah.
Which one's the?
Like you know the ones that they would sell on the side of the street, like you know that one
It
Shaq
has
one
like-
that I wear
It has like one person
has
all
all
over
the
it.
graphics, all
Yeah.
faces all over it. It says
Oh, like
Shaq.
the one that all the girls are coming out with,
Yeah,
or
like
the
the
guys
90s
are wearing,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
the
like
girls.
the 90s band.
Do
tees,
you have
that's
one
what
of those
they're
shirts yet?
Huh?
You have one of those shirts yet?
Of me?
No.
No, but I have like a whole bunch of those type of shirts. But
Morgan
I don't have
wants to
one of
make
me
you
yet.
one.
I need to
Yeah,
make one.
Yeah.
DG.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
That could be our first drop.
That would be hard. I want to get a fucking. I want to show you like a.
So
reference.
I've been good. Mitch, how have you been? And tell everyone where you've been.
So
You're not fired, right? So we
no,
already
I'm not
established.
fired, guys.
All right.
Hopefully nobody missed me too much, but so for 2 weeks ago, right, for QQ, I decided to sit out on that one mainly because we don't have 5 chairs and the couch is only so big. Also, it's Fredo's project, so I kind of let him be front and center for that one. He asked me if I wanted to sit out. I was like, yeah, bro, honestly, I think you should just run it. And then last week for Connor's episode, I had drill. So I was at Marine Corps Reserve training. Yeah.
Which we told everyone you already got out, but you're still in. Let
I'm
everyone
still
know why.
technically in.
Idiot.
Still technically in.
What does that mean? Can you break it down? a little
Last
more for
month,
us?
so last month I just ended my obligated 6-year contract, right?
Congrats.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the service.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm right now, as I'm sitting, in my non-obligated time. So if I want to check out and get out and move on with my life, I can.
Okay.
You know, if I want to go to the career planner and be like, hey, give me another 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, I can sign for extra and get like a bonus or whatnot. And keep
How long
going.
does that period last?
What do you mean?
Like the period.
Oh, my
between-
non-obligated time?
Yeah, like
2 years.
Where
2
they
years.
say, okay, you're just done
Yeah.
now, and you're not
2
even
years,
like-
yeah.
Okay, so you got
So-
2 years to sign back on if you want to and get more
all
like,
this
obligated.
all
time.
this year, by the end of 2025, if I don't decide to sign back on, they're gonna give me the boot and they're gonna be like, get out of here.
Damn.
You've been here too long, just taking up
Yeah.
space.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right, shit. So you got a
Yeah.
big choice to make.
yeah, I'm probably gonna get out.
Okay, you're probably gonna get out.
Yeah, probably.
You got like
But-
all the benefits to like go to school and shit, or have you already gone to school?
Yeah, I have a portion of them. I don't get the full thing because I'm not active duty. I've never done
okay.
active duty time. I've never deployed,
Those fuckers.
but I get a portion of it. Yeah, yeah.
Damn, they're going
I
dumb.
know. They're going. Oh, keep talking, bro. You trying to get everyone to listen to the convos upstairs? Blah,
I
blah,
thought
blah,
something was
blah.
Yeah,
going
bro.
on.
But that's
They
just
needed
been
it.
what's going on with me the past few weeks. So if anybody missed me, that's why. Yeah,
But he's back,
I'm back.
and we have some good guests for the next ones. So those are going to be
Yeah.
fun. We have 3 lined up. I shouldn't even be saying this, but whatever.
Oh, that's good. Bro, we
No,
can
I
shout
mean,
whatever.
we
Stop
have
being
to,
so
yeah,
uptight
we have-
is good,
yeah.
bro.
I'm uptight.
I'm excited for the next
We're
one,
having
honestly.
Obama and
yeah.
Oprah on the pod. I'll just say it. At the same time, they're collabing.
And Ellen.
And who's Alan?
You said Oprah and Obama. Well, why not Ellen?
Who's Alan? That's what I'm saying. Who's Alan?
DeGeneres?
Oh, Ellen.
You said
Alan.
Alan.
Ellen DeGeneres. You said Alan.
Yeah, you said Alan with an A.
It's a
Allen.
whatever.
Allen. All right.
common mistake.
Yeah.
He fucked
Super
up the
Bowl.
last name too. He's like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like DeGeneres. Ellen
Cut.
DeGeneres.
Super Bowl this weekend. Who did you guys have?
I mean,
Oh, well, that was easy for you, but who did you have?
yeah. But was he done talking? Were you done talking about the obligated time and the non-obligated?
Yeah, I was
time?
done. I was-
Okay, you're
yeah,
good. Okay,
yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure. No,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
good. I was just making sure. Super Bowl. I like the Chiefs. I'm gonna say it. I don't know why I feel bad saying that, but I do like the Chiefs. And I was born in the Bay Area, but I don't know. P. Mahomes, Travis Kelce, T. Swift. How can you go against that? You know,
Yeah.
that dynamic
Yeah.
trio. You feel me? So I don't know. I kind of wanted them to win, but at the same time, if the 49ers would have won, I really like their underdog story too. You know, obviously Brock Purdy, quote unquote, just being a game manager and not good enough to like get him to the Super Bowl. Obviously, you proved that wrong. You didn't win, but you know, if they keep that talent in that team, they'll definitely be back sometime soon. So I wasn't gonna be mad at either. You know,
Yeah.
but I had some like parlay bets on like certain players. to
Did you
get-
hit at all?
No, I didn't.
I did.
You did
yeah.
hit?
Even though my team lost, I'm a Niner fan, for those of you that know me. Pretty disappointed by that game, not gonna lie, but it's fine. Whatever. We'll be back.
condolences.
Yeah.
It
but-
actually, that was,
Yeah.
they had it.
Yeah, they did.
They had it.
The script writers, man, they're just too good.
They had it.
Last
Would-
10
did you
seconds of the
agree-
game,
Did you agree with San Francisco taking the ball first?
You know,
I did not.
I didn't.
You didn't either.
No.
What about you? An OT.
I don't even know why they made the biggest stink of it because they were trying to say, "Oh, we didn't know the rules." It's like it don't matter if you didn't know the rules
Yeah.
anyways. You just went and got a field goal. Y'all didn't score.
Exactly.
Like so, they were thinking
Exactly.
like, "Oh, if we would have scored a touchdown, the game was going to be over." I guess,
Yeah.
and I guess that's cool to say, but I just don't understand why that's even like a headline because they didn't get a touchdown. They only got a field goal. But at the end of the day, like these athletes are put on the spot, kind of like we are right now,
Yeah.
except in real time with the fucking camera in their face, and they don't have the opportunity to go back and press the edit button. So it's probably easy to have like
Yeah.
a Freudian slip or whatever. So you know, it's probably just like minced his words a little
Yeah.
bit.
But you know what?
I feel like the way the defense played, they were better off putting their defense against the Mahomes offense because
Yeah.
with
In the
the
first half
rules
of
either
offense,
way
yeah.
they would have got the ball back even if Patrick Mahomes scored.
Lord.
So it's like you might as well, and then that way if your defense does stop them, you go for the field goal. So I don't know. That
Yeah.
was my thought.
I
on it.
mean, I don't know. It sucks, but like I said, majority of the guys are coming back next year. So the only one that mainly isn't is Brandon Ayuk and like I think Juwan Jennings. But
Bro, Brandon Ayuk, bro, he's like a fucking like it's his first or second year in the league. Or it's his second year, I think.
No.
this is
Third?
I think it's
Bro,
his
he
third
looks
year.
like he's 45, bro.
Yeah, he
Like,
does, right? He looks hella
bro,
old, yeah.
Crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm like, the boy looks old.
do you think he won't stay with
You know,
Frisco?
people are starting to make rumors and shit, and like they think that he's gonna be a Raider. Actually,
That'd be hard.
but
I fuck with the Raiders.
I wouldn't be mad at him. Like, go chase the bag. Fuck it. Like, you know. But
What do you guys do? So, this was a little conversation I had with my boy who's from the Bay, who is a Raider fan. If you are a Raider fan, who do you take in the Super Bowl? It's not the biggest of the deal, right? But if you had to be like, I want them to lose, you taking SF to lose or your divisional rivalry, the Chiefs?
I had this conversation with a lot of my family because they're
Okay.
from the Bay Area and
Yeah.
they're all mainly Oakland Raider fans.
So who'd they take?
They wanted the Chiefs. They said, "Fuck the 49ers."
You see-
they said, "I don't want the
So
49ers
that-
to
so-
win at all."
so that's- that
The
was my-
Chiefs are in their
No,
division.
no,
That was
no,
my
no.
boy's argument too. He was
No,
like,
no,
he's
no.
like, you will only understand if you're from the Bay, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
I guess.
You see, the reason I say no, right? So that's like me going for the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
But I have
They're
a,
in the
like,
same division. You can't do that.
I
They're
hear
division
you,
rivals.
But I have a funny way of looking at it that actually my nephew posed to me, and he was like, "Look, we already beat the Chiefs, so
Yeah.
if they win, we can say we beat the Super Bowl fucking champions." And he was like, "And on top of that, I fucking hate the Niners." He was like, "It's the Bay, and there used to be the Battle of the Bay.
Yeah, there
they
used to be the
play
Battle of the Bay.
once every
Yeah.
3 years, I think, or something like that."
They had to shut that down. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, they're not even in the Bay technically anymore, but that level will always still be there for the Raiders fans in Oakland and just the Bay Area in general because you can't change history.
I don't
right?
think the Raiders will ever play in Levi's actually in the Bay again.
Dang,
Why?
you think?
Yeah, I think all the games between them are going to be in Vegas. There was just too many fights,
Yeah.
too many people getting locked up. You know that stadiums have prisons in them, like little jail cells and stuff.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
I did not know.
Yeah, yeah. Too many people getting drunk,
Alright, my
and
bad. I'm
I guess
making a
even like a
podcast
guy
right now.
got
Let's
shot. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to make sure everything was good.
Yeah, it's business.
Whenever my parents call, they're getting older now. Whenever I get a call from one parent,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
always like
understandable.
automatically
No, I
thinking
feel
like
it.
something happened to the next, or there's something I could do. But I'm a little paranoid overthinker like that.
That's
I feel
understandable.
it.
But it might be totally unprofessional. Won't happen again, boss.
No problem. Just write them up after Mitch. No, yeah, I don't know. That was my 2 cents. I had like back and forth like for like 30 minutes. I was like, bro, why is this taking so long? It's not even that deep. But I guess all the Bay fans were just like, no, if you're an Oakland Raider fan, you'll never go for SF. And I was like, all right, whatever. Well, I was like, I'm going for SF for you.
Yeah.
Well, not really though. I will say when we were watching the game, I was like, damn, I want Travis to win. He's gonna propose to T Swift.
No, I
I was like, yeah, I want to see some like,
It cracks
that
me
didn't
up
happen,
at all
though.
the people that get mad. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah.
it cracks me up at all the people that get mad at that Taylor Swift gets shown like during the like commercial breaks
Yeah.
and timeouts and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, like. Okay, it's like they talk about it like the game's going on while they're showing her or something. It's like, bro, what do you rather see some fat dude with body paint on fucking chugging a beer? It's
I
like,
mean, I
don't
would.
get get up, go to the bathroom, go grab a
Yeah.
beer yourself, go get some food if you don't
Yeah.
want to watch it. It's like a couple seconds of your life to act
Yeah.
like they're showing her the whole time, like while the game's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, but people will really like hang on to anything just to be able to like complain and talk
Complain,
shit.
yeah.
It really is like,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
and
that's
it's
true.
just kind of, it's funny to me,
They-
like the stuff that
They actually barely showed her during the Super Bowl, which I
Yeah.
was kind of surprised.
What
by
was
that.
the? I
Yeah.
think
there was an over under bet
yeah,
on
it
how
was
much
6.
they were going to show her.
It was 6.
Really?
I wonder. I don't know what happened.
I don't
but
think that
I'm-
hit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 4 times they showed her or something.
No,
yeah.
it had to have been over that.
During the game,
We
or
had
can
to
look it
have
up
been
right
over.
now.
Yeah, Google it. Yeah,
See, we
it
need
was
a production
6.
team that does this for us. Usually they're in the background.
Yeah.
They do the
And
look up
telling
stuff
us and
for
they'll,
him.
they'll like
We'll
yell
have a
the
little-
answer,
or have a little earpiece in. We don't get to the earpiece.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching some
really
pods
rolling
today, and the Nelk boys now have the little what are they?
The little
lava-
microphones?
The little lava mics.
Yeah,
I want to get some of those.
I didn't see that.
you wanna
It's
get-
on their new. It's on their new.
You want to
Which
get
one's
anything
that,
the
though?
Nelk Boys got?
It's expensive.
Yeah, I have those. Wait, well, I have the most expensive one.
Yeah, you have the Rogue ones, but these ones are like not big at all. They're like tiny. They're like just right here.
What are you talking about? Like the little.
Yeah, but they're not the Rogue ones. The Rogue ones are a little bigger.
No, I have. They come with mics, like the little.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
Which one's
we'll
that
get
though?
professional.
Was that the one with Dana White and Bob Menner?
And they had them on one with Bradley too. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to.
I didn't watch that one. I just listened to it. Yeah.
Did you find it?
but
12 times
They showed her 12 times. God
for,
damn.
for a total of 53 seconds. So there was
that
even a
over
bet on the
6.
seconds.
What
On
was
how
the-
long she was going to be.
Do you know the second bet?
She was shown for 53 seconds. I don't know exactly what the over under was
Yeah.
on that, but that's funny.
So did Kanye get kicked out by Swift or not?
I mean, honestly, it sounds plausible, and I think like Taylor Swift has pull like that with the NFL. And
Yeah,
honest,
That's
and
true.
I feel like Kanye West is such a loose cannon. Any big corporation that's holding something where he could possibly like shadow whatever's going on, I
Yeah.
think they'll pull any quick card to say like he can't come or show up just because he's so like not confrontational but controversial, you
Yeah.
know. And the NFL obviously tries to maintain a squeaky clean image, so I don't know. It's definitely plausible. Did it happen? I don't know, but
I don't think it happened.
if it did happen, bro, it just makes me like Taylor Swift even
Yeah.
more. I don't know why. I don't hate Kanye. I like
Oh, I was
Kanye's
gonna
music.
say, do you not like him? Or
But I mean, I don't necessarily think he's honorable by the way he paints himself in like
Yeah.
the media. And I feel like people that have such a high influence like him have accountability and a standard that they should hold themselves to, because the things that they say really matter and can move the needle. That's me personally, but I've never sat down and talked to him one-on-one, so I'm sure he's a great guy when the cameras are off. And I've heard a lot of that too from other people, like his peers and stuff on different podcasts, that he's real cool when the cameras are off, but as soon as they on, you know, he's Kanye, he's Jesus, and maybe that's a part of his artistry. You never know. Kanye could be an act that's not over yet, you know, and by the end of it, maybe it all ties together and we really are just left fucking, you know, holding our dick, and we're the stupid ones because we all thought he was like a maniac or crazy or whatever, you know. So, but I don't know. I just think it's a boss move by Taylor. If she really got him kicked out, like she could really pull shit like that.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Vultures?
Vultures? No, I didn't listen to it.
Did you listen to?
Well, I heard it got pulled on Apple, like we were talking about before.
It's back up though.
Yeah.
It's still top like 5, I think.
Yeah.
Right now.
Anything?
Really?
Yeah.
Anything controversial, like it's funny these days. It doesn't matter if stuff like anything that is like connected to a name, when it drops, it has a proper like marketing campaign and money behind it, is going to shoot to number one.
Yeah.
It's these days, you know, so it's about how long they like can stay there, you know. And back in the day, numbers and charting and like sales meant so much more, because think about it. Now anybody has to do, look, all right, I got Vultures downloaded on my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's a stream, that's a sale for them. Back in the day, people used to have to take time out of their day,
Go to the record
maybe
store
they're
or whatnot,
leaving work at lunch so they could shoot over to Tower Records in their car. They drive over there, however far it may be, stand in line. There would be lines wrapped around the block when new like CDs would come out by big artists, and they literally had to waste their time, get a physical copy of the CD, go back, go into their car, get a stereo wherever they could listen to it, and then start listening to it. And like it's just crazy. And even back in the day before that, it's like with records, it's hard to skip. You can't skip on a record unless you know exactly where to lay the needle. And if you want to go even farther back than that, only reason I know this because my parents are so fucking old, but they're called 8-track tapes. And 8-track tapes was a thing that you could plug into your car. It's almost like a big cassette tape. Okay. So you push it into the player, the 8-track player, and you play it, but you can't skip. You have to listen to it all the way through. It's impossible to skip on it. Damn. So it's like, you know, you had to make
hating a song.
Well, you had to make that's the thing though. There was a higher threshold and a higher standard for your art in album form, because you almost wanted to make it so they don't hate a song. You know what I mean? It was more imperative. Now you could skip it to whatever song you like, and it's cool, and it's definitely more convenient. But I just think there's something to be said about that era and how cool that kind of is, and it made people really value and curate their product and their body of work. They didn't want no skips on there. They didn't want no just things to fill space. It's like, nah, fuck that. Like that's something that I really admire.
Back then, people had like a higher tolerance too, because now think about it, bro. We're on TikTok. I don't like this video. Skip. Same thing with like an album, you know. Like I don't like the song. Skip. I don't like how it started. Bam, bam, bam. Till I find one that I like.
This may be off script a little bit, but what do you guys think about like the direction that social media and like your attention span and the way that's going? Do you guys agree with that? Do you like it, or is it something that you guys kind of are against? If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's crazy look, think about what you just said, and then to someone who has like ADD or ADHD, whatever, right? Like you got to move. And I mean, I feel like it's at the end of the day, it is what it is, because we're already in too deep.
Yeah.
So it's up
it's
to
never gonna change.
It's up to the
It's only gonna become
individual.
more,
It's up to the individual to practice limiting
discipline.
social media. Trying to read books, maybe like things that'll help bring their attention span back to not just like completely like 15 second. For me, like there's times where like I can feel like I'm like, oh damn,
Lost in my shit.
I just went through this and that real fast. I don't even remember anything that just happened.
That's the thing too. I feel like it fucks up the memory, like, and just attention span in general. Because I've noticed just me myself personally not being able to focus on things for as long as I may have before. And I don't know if it's a mixture of just getting older, even though I'm not fucking 50 years old. I'm 29. So it's like, not like it should be really something that's affecting me, but it's like, I feel like it's something I've noticed. You know, I could just be, you know, mind fucking myself, but I do feel that.
How do you, so for me, the way where I notice it, and I don't know sometimes if it's just work and business or whatever related, or if it is social media, but there's times where I'm, you know, working on school, literally typing, like responding to a forum or something, or working on something. And then I'm like, have to text Danny and Mitch about this. Boom, open messages, text. Oh, wait, I forgot QQ and Sierra. Okay, so now I'm doing that. And then I'll circle back to school, write some more, and then I'll just, all right, TikTok. All right, ooh, that was a good video. Okay, back over here. Like that is literally.
You almost explained my whole creative process when I make music. That's kind of what I do too.
Oh, okay.
I have a hard time focusing because like when I first would like write a good song, I got it down pat. I'm like, okay, I want to create a music video for it.
Yeah.
So I'd sit down and try to work on that one music video. Bruh, I feel like I'm just running in circles, not really getting anything done, no good ideas. And then one time I had more than one song that I'd created that was really good that I wanted to make music videos for. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna write a music video treatment for this song, and then I'm gonna do one for this song. But I, for some reason, put both papers next to each other, and I started doing both at the same time, and I was bouncing back and forth from each video,
Yeah.
but it was just flowing. It was almost like I was in a flow state of just, you know, cerebral like intensity where I was just like, you know, light speed engaged, and I was just could actually get my thoughts out in a like articulate way, in a legible way that made sense, and it just wasn't stopping because I just wasn't focused on one thing at one time. I could bounce back and forth. So that's kind of like, instead of viewing it as a problem, I was like, okay, this is how I am, this is how I operate. Hey, I can get two done for one. So hey, who doesn't like a twofer? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so fuck
exactly.
it. So it's like that's what I'm gonna do. You know, and I kind of, that's how I've learned to go through a lot of different things that may not be quote unquote the normal way to do it with my life, because I am kind of a different kind of guy. I do stuff in a different way. It may not always gel with people that like to do stuff cookie cutter and by the rule, but it works for me, and I never thought twice about it. Because if you do really like dwell on it, it could throw you for a loop, and you think, why am I not doing shit like Mitch, or why don't I do shit like Fredo? You know, and it's that comparative type thing, and that's like what social media breeds too. But yeah, so that's kind of funny that you said that, because that's pretty much how I create.
And sometimes I kind of get mad. I'm like, damn, if I didn't spend so much time on social media, I probably would just be able to relax, focus, and work on one thing. But honestly, it's worked to my benefit to be able to go from thing to thing to thing to thing, because
You adapted to it.
well, I'm adapted, but like there are like, I am kind of busy. I hate saying I'm busy because I meet a lot of people who aren't busy, but swear by the books they need 5 weeks in advance for a 6 o'clock nail appointment. Like I don't even know what, like dinner or something. It's like, bro, you are not busy. I'll show you busy.
Exactly.
Like, I will show you busy. So sometimes I'm just like, damn, but it's been it actually is it for what I just described works
Well,
for
it's basically
Alfredo.
like organized chaos, you know?
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
everything
it is
you
what it
have to
is.
get it done.
Yeah.
It's just not organized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like you almost go based off feel. You're going off feeling, you know what I mean? So you're going off the vibe. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember I need to work for Q. Okay, I'm gonna do the QQ stuff until something else starts to, you know,
Run in the
hit
head.
your brain, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh no,
like,
I need to do that.
no, I need to
But
go
by
back
the
there.
end, it's like you're still getting everything done, and you're getting it done in a timely manner, and everything's like put together. So there's no reason to fret over it if you're doing it right. It's like using a different type of math to solve the same equation. If you
exactly.
get the same answer, it's like, and it's right. Why fuck with it? Don't fix something that's not broken, you know, unless it's really impacting your life in a negative way. But all I've heard is upside so far. And that's how I kind of thought about it too. I was like, fuck it.
I'm more so of like the guy that just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Honestly,
I wish
That's why
I
was
could
real
be
quiet
like that.
when-
I wish I
was
could
like,
be
bro,
like that, because
yeah.
it sounds so good and neat. Like when you talk about it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a planner, and then like, look, just like this, how it's all bullet pointed out.
Yeah.
And I love a good memo. Don't get me wrong, because it makes me feel prepared. Like this,
Yeah.
I got this in my hand. I haven't fucking dropped it since, because it makes me feel prepared. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
my power's right here. It feels good, but when I think about it and how I do it, it just doesn't gel with like how I really like to create.
Yeah.
Unless I really have something mapped out and it's super strategic, like, you know. So, but I've always wanted to be like that.
I just think that I need to see it through, you know?
Yeah.
I can't just like, all right, I'm working on this. Oh, I'm going to stop it and then work on this.
Yeah.
You know, I need to finish this first before I get to this. Like,
I
That's
do.
how-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's that Randy's the one who pointed out to me.
Yeah.
He's like, bruh, because there's times where like we'll FaceTime back when he was in school,
Yeah.
and I'll keep him on the side, or we'll be talking, and then I'll still be doing this and this, and he's like, dude, what did you just? And he's like, he was like,
But you're
"Bro,
still engaged in the same
I
conversation?
could not. One, he's like, I don't talk to you when you're ever do something else, because I could talk right now, and if I go on my phone, whatever. But he's pointed that out to me, and he's like,
Yeah.
I have to see it through. Whenever
Yeah.
he's like, if I start a 5-hour homework and it's midnight, I guess I'll go to sleep at 6 a.m.
yeah,
he's like, I
literally, yeah,
got
you
to
have,
finish.
You have to
the-
finish it, yeah.
And
Before
for
you
me,
can
it's
do the
more
next
just
task, yeah.
just a revolving loop, and like
Well,
another.
you're doing the same thing. You are seeing it through. It's just you're seeing 5 other things
Yeah.
through at
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
time, you know?
Yeah.
So to somebody that doesn't work like that, it can seem like, oh, you're leaving something that's incomplete to work on something else before you finish
That's the
what
way
you're
I
working
see
on.
it. Yeah. I see
But-
it as like it's incomplete.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, you know, like stitching a fucking like quilt blanket. It's like you go from side to side. It's
Yeah.
not like you go down and you make the whole thing, you know. It's almost like you're moving piece to piece, part to part. And it's almost like they're all connected, you know? Like I have to work on this to get back to the last thing I was working on, or else I'm gonna fucking shoot myself in the head type shit.
Yeah.
And I just find myself in like writer's block. Just
Where
stuck.
do you so for me, whenever I'm thinking about the podcast, a guest, the way I want a conversation to go or flow, or just anything creative wise, when I'm driving, it hits. Like,
Because
I'll
you're
drive and everything is flowing. And there's literally, I want to buy one of the
Recorders.
mic dictates on one of those
Yeah.
things. There's times where I'm just
should.
sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. And I dude,
Why
the
not?
other,
Supposed
the
to,
other-
oh my God, like you saw the,
Yeah, he's
like
so-
the next coming.
Yeah.
the other day I was at work
Okay.
and I was walking
Mm-hmm.
to do something and I was like, oh man, I can't type. It's going to be too long. I opened up my phone. I hit
Voice memos,
hit
yeah.
record and I just started talking on the phone for the first time ever. I was like, I need something.
Yeah, bro.
And just play it back. Same with
Okay.
how I did to you guys. We were about next week. I was driving. I was like, oh, I'll just let them know the plan or what I'm thinking. But I knew that it wouldn't come out the same as literally like I was thinking.
Well, that's something
At
like,
that point,
bro,
so-
driving, we as human beings let 15-year-olds fucking drive. We think of it as something that's not that big of a deal. Bro, when you're driving, you're literally like calculating so many different things at the same time that you do by default. It's something that's honestly really difficult that we don't give a lot of value to, but it's difficult. So that's why you're able to think so well about one thing when you're already driving, because you're probably focusing on like 20 different things when you're driving, as well as thinking about whatever it is that you're creating. And I feel like for some reason, that's what helps you. It's like something, your brain is logged in to something where it's like I said, it's logged in, it's plugged in, but at the same time, it's almost like you're in a rest state. It's like you're mentally stimulated, but positively, and it's rest, when most people would be like, that is exhausting. Like, I need to be like unplugged to relax and then come back and then I can create. That's how I used to. So when I write my music, bro, I'll be writing and then I'll have my video game set up right there. My video games will set up. It'll be on pause. I like to play Madden, 2K, fucking Call of Duty, whatever. I have it right there. I'll start writing a song, listening to the beats. When it just starts to feel like, I'm not gelling anymore, the lyrics just aren't, just spilling out of my pen, put that shit down and I start playing the game. I'm mentally like checked out, but I'm still like being mentally stimulated at the same time enough to where I'm done playing video games. I set that down. Oh, I got fresh new ideas for my fucking writing. And now I'll go back and forth like that. And there's an occasional bong hit somewhere in between.
Do
there
you
too,
if you could talk about it, do you write? You don't have to say specifics, but do you ghostwrite at all or write for anyone?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually going to Vegas. What day is it today?
Oh, that's right. You
Friday.
are. You're
It's
going.
Friday. I'm
Oh.
going. Yeah, it's Friday. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm going on Monday. I'm gonna be back on Wednesday.
Do you?
Yeah,
what
I
do you
have a
do in
writing
those
camp there.
scenarios
Well,
where you are writing for someone else? What happens when you get writer's block or whatever? Do you bring things like that to keep?
No,
your
not
mind?
necessarily. I'll adapt to the situation. So like we're going to be in a penthouse in Vegas on the strip. So I'm gonna have my own fucking room and shit like that. So I'll bring like my video games and stuff if I want to wind down during the day. And it all depends on like the artist that you're working with and their flow. You have to you want to adapt and almost try to live in their skin, so to speak, as close as possible so you can replicate a product that speaks to them as an artist. You know what I mean? And whether that's them saying, okay, hey, this is what I want to talk about, and they put out like a few different topics on what they might usually say or things that they might usually speak on, and you write around that. Or if they're in the room and they just leave, or if they're in the room and they want to create with you. Some people like to write. Some people don't like to write a word at all. They just want to be in the booth and they just want, you have the two-way mic and you just spit them ideas when they feel like they've lost something, and then they'll create the rest of the line. So there's a plethora of different ways it goes with, and you have to be able to adapt to the artist and their type of workflow. That was like my perfect, scenario. If I'm just writing for myself, or if somebody did want me to write for them, I had my own time. Really don't usually like nobody around. Don't like to feel pressured at all. I need to focus all my energy inward to get the best product, I feel like. But hey, I'm a professional. I can work in any different type of scenario if I have to, especially if I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to push yourself outside the box of comfort so you can grow. I'm going to have to be in those type of situations if you want to be in the professional industry of making music, writing music, producing. So it's like something that you got to do anyways. And then it's just like riding a bike. At first, it's a little hard. You fall over, you cry, you get back on it though, and you start riding. Eventually, you figure it out, So I've made a lot of great songs in rooms of like 10 or more people, and we're all throwing out ideas and just writing and doing stuff like that. So
I've heard that that writers sometimes make the most money.
yeah,
It's true. Can you confirm or deny?
I can confirm and deny. So it's really a yes and a no. It depends on your situation and if you got your business right. It's all a business world, and the music, and then not just music, but entertainment industry in general is the sharkiest, most choppiest water of business like there is out there. You know what I mean? Your business acumen needs to be through the roof, and it needs to be, and it's a special type of business acumen. It's a special type of business savvy because at the same time, like we're kicking it like this, it needs to feel like this. It needs to feel like two homies hanging out, but really we're both trying to make the most money and we're really about our business. And it's basically coming off as something you're not at all. So it's like it's like a double-edged sword. It's kind of weird. It's a weird dynamic, but people will take advantage of you if you let them. They'll let this, oh, we're just homeboys and we're just kicking it, get to your head on purpose, and they'll take advantage of it. So when the shit drops, you guys haven't signed any paperwork, you've not even talked to a lawyer or anybody on their legal team. That song's out there. They have a list. A spread of people and splits on who's gonna get the streaming revenue and who it goes to, and all the different BMI, ASCAP, these different not promotion companies, but publishing companies that come and split that up for you. And if you're not involved in it, you're just not getting paid, and it's because you just never brought up the conversation. They're not going to bring up the conversation if you're not. I mean, it takes a special type of person to do that. Somebody like me, Fredo, or you. Like, I live on giving people their proper splits. I'm going to give people more than standard would be, because at the end of the day, like my producer, Eden, I feel like he adds just as much as I add. The beat is like the main thing that I go off of. If there wasn't no beat, I wouldn't have no rhythm to go to write, to make any of these words. And at the end of the day, let's just face it. People are mainly listening to the beat anyways. They'll listen to the beat and then it's the lyrics. Okay, this beat's banging. What's he saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
I know.
We'll business partners 50-50, you know, and that it breeds longevity. So I might not get as much now, but I'd rather have 50% of something than 100% of nothing. Yeah. I'd rather, not fuck over people and they want to work with you later, and then you don't think producers talk to producers? Hey, DG's over here, he's fucking giving people 50%. You just taking that little 15 for working for X, Y, and Z. He's like, no, you need to come over here and get treated right, and then we can also make magic. And it just ingratiates that type of longevity, and it makes people want to work with you because you're treating them the right way.
You're talking about the music industry. That brings me back to the Kanye topic. What do you think, or what are your opinions on the Vultures album getting taken down on Apple Music?
Yeah, I love Ty Dolla $ign because it was a collaboration album, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
But like I was telling you guys in the other pod, I don't really fucking listen to other people's music. I just don't. I'm not like hanging on Apple Music and waiting for things to drop. So I didn't listen to it. Do I think it should be taken down? I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe he sampled some people's shit, or I think that's what you said, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
So he sampled some stuff without people's permission, so it got taken down. At the end of the day, it's real murky, bro. These fucking tech companies, they're real liberal, a lot of them. So they may say, hey, we took it down because you sampled somebody you shouldn't, or they could just not like your political views and they're going to silence you and take away your First Amendment. Yeah. And I feel like it's a slippery slope. You can't let people do that type of shit. And if they are, these tech companies need to come out, whether it be streaming services, social media, or something different. They need to come out and show us the data that they're collecting, what they do with it, and X, Y, and Z, because that's a big like black market money maker that a lot of people are involved in, data farming, so it's like, that's why we get those fucking, collect calls from somebody over in India, like trying to sell us shit. It's like, because they bought our fucking numbers, our data off somebody selling it. And it's just, it's so not legally policed like I feel like it should be, because that's the type of stuff that happens now. Like, oh, like Steve will do it, gets taken off YouTube. Why? And he's never been able to be back on it. Yeah. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. He could have said some shit. Hey, you could go back at my past, and if you're going to judge me off one fucking sentence I said, I'm fucked. Like, you know what I mean? That just is what it is. You can't build somebody's whole identity based off a moment, you know? Because people are way more complex than that, but it's the easiest for people to think that way. Oh, he said this, okay, he must be a racist, or he must be a Republican. Oh, he said this, oh, he must be a liberal, he must be a Democrat. It's like, it's way less black and white and way more gray area in the world, and I feel like that's an ideology or just a theory that needs to be more highly accepted. Yeah. Because everybody just wants to put you in a box up in their head that they're comfortable with you being in, and then forget about it.
What do you guys listen, or you must have seen the TikToks of Northwest, her song?
Yeah.
I love that song.
I haven't listened to it. I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard a single TikTok?
I've heard clips. Look it up.
Well, maybe I've heard it, I guess, but
look it up for him. I've heard clips. I like it. I like the energy she has on the song. She's hella happy, and that makes me happy. Yeah. Like you get like smacked with her energy immediately when you start listening to it.
I saved it at least 500 times. So all I gotta do is go to my saved.
All right. It's dope though.
I mean, maybe I have heard
maybe
it,
I didn't save it,
but
no, I for sure saved it on ours.
It's almost like a hard like Barney song.
Really?
Like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. That's not what she says. It has that kind of cadence to it.
Dude, no.
I was like, they didn't say I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, here we go. Ready? Dude, Lushki started dancing to it.
Oh, I did see this, but I saw this like a couple weeks ago.
Dude, it's so catchy. And she is happy. And then you see Dirk and Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign in the back, just like,
Yeah, I mean,
they're just all vibing. Like, you got to be happy for
I mean,
the
she's
kid,
gonna
huh?
do her thing regardless. Have
She
you
said,
seen?
I'm your bestie, Miss Westie.
Yeah.
She could
Yeah.
get messy. That's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Do you think she came up with
It's undeniable.
Do you think she came up with it on her own, or you think
I mean, I hope she did. It's,
that'd be
Yeah.
that would be
yeah, it's an even better story if she did.
Her
I'm
and
sure,
her and
I'm sure
Adonis
she had.
next, bro.
Joe,
Her and Adonis?
Yeah.
kids are so fucking creative, bro.
Yeah.
Kids because they're like an untapped, innocent, unfiltered version of just raw creativity with no guidelines, no bounds, no limits, and it's like kids can do creative things. All the stuff that creative minds like me or whoever, like, I'm not shit compared to the real creative minds, but it's like they're all living out their childhood fantasy. That's basically what being creative is. Hey, you ever had an imaginary friend? You ever, had, an imagination beyond just what this real world is? We all did at one point as a little kid, but the creatives that do it really well are just able to tap into that. You know what I mean? And so it's like when you get a kid that is just obviously born around talent and is talented herself, I mean, it's not a big, a far-fetched to think that she came up with a lot of that herself, or at least had like a big hand in the lyrics and, maybe had a little help with the cadence, maybe not. I mean, I could tell in there she probably had a little bit of a hard time with the delivery, but she got it, Man, how many times I've stepped on a beat and fucking just totally tripped over my dick until I got it right a million times. So I fucking think it's hard. I hope she wrote it.
back to the Super Bowl.
Bet she did.
Big Travis getting up with Andy Reid. Dude, that was kind of crazy, bro.
That shit pissed me off.
That's like, and they addressed it. They did talk about it, I think, already
They did
on
on
their
their podcast,
on their New Heights, #1 on Apple Podcast, and number 19 on
Shout out Trav and Jason. What's
on
poppin'?
Spotify.
Mitch don't like you, but it's all good. I'm
not a
inviting you
fan.
over.
I'm not a fan.
But that's crazy. Well, first let's talk about that, and then we'll go to their
Podcast.
Yeah, their podcast. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's not much to talk about.
Let's hear what Mitch has to say about
why
it.
do you
Bro,
hate him?
I just didn't like that. When I saw that on the replay camera, I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
That's pretty crazy.
I was like,
72-year-old man, bro.
Yeah.
You're yelling in his face. It's one to yell in his face, but he kind of like almost like
you almost
chest
knocked
checked
him
a little.
over,
Yeah, he
like
almost
lost his balance.
Bro,
Yeah.
Andy Reid, bro.
Yeah.
He's fucking still athletic. He caught himself, a
Yeah.
little stumble, didn't fall down.
I just see it as like, we've all played team sports. You know what I mean? You would never go up to your coach. You got to have that respect, player-coach respect.
Especially in front of the other players, bro. You could do that in private. Your guys' private relationship is completely different from public.
Well, back to it's a human.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the biggest stage in America.
Well, actually, so Andy Reid addressed it. He says, Travis, like, I get it. You were heated. Like, I loved your energy. I love you, like, what you bring and whatnot. But you can't do that to me because I have cameras on me at all times.
Yeah.
Like-
and Travis, he already was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I fucked up. That was not good, unsat of me.
He's probably fucking roided out or something, bro. You don't do
Bro,
that shit.
and then talk about the parade. Did you guys see him at the?
Not really, but I don't know why.
Did
he
you guys
would do
see
that
how he was at the parade?
Nah, I didn't watch.
Yeah,
the
I guess he
parade.
was like wasted. I just saw TikToks of it. Yeah.
me too.
Either way, I just want to shout out to all the families that are going through it in Kansas
the
City.
Kansas City
Obviously, there was
shooting, yeah.
active shooter, and prayers go out from passion. From P2P, Passion to Profits, our podcast to you guys. That shit's serious. But yeah, I didn't really see the parade, but I didn't like that shit with Andy Reid, how he hit him. And then they tried to cover it up, and I mean, it's cool. I get it. People are gonna get amped up, but bro, you get paid millions of dollars to keep that shit in check. That's part of it. You know what I mean? To act professional if there's really something going on, and it's like you. At the end of the day, you got to believe in your coach, and then you got to set a standard as being a leader of the team. How we're going to treat the person
He's a
that
captain
we get
on
our
the team.
orders
Yeah.
from. It's like it doesn't matter what happens. That already happened, and people are going to look at them and their relationship, and maybe even individually different. It's just it's inevitable. That's
Do you
just
think
what
they
it is.
have a more serious conversation later about it?
They
Or do you
might.
think it kind of just?
I would.
Probably
I
just
mean,
water under the bridge because they won. Like,
but at the end of the day, NFL is a business and it's all about winning. So as long as they're winning, they can, just, brush it, what's it called? Sweep it under the rug. But when they start losing, I guarantee everything will get brought up that, isn't going good or whose fault it is.
Exactly,
and the type of shit. And you're doing that type of stuff, bro. Like, it don't matter if you're not getting the ball at all. You can go up and say, hey, coach, come on, bro. I need the ball. And maybe he did say that a million times, but it's like, bro, you don't call the fucking plays.
yeah, exactly.
He didn't really get.
No, he only got
Anything.
one catch
Yeah,
in the
he
first
did.
half, but in
Yeah,
the second half, he came out and went stupid. So it's like, I mean, obviously, whatever he wanted, I guess he got it, but still, it's just not the right way to go about it. I love Travis Kelce as a player. I think he's one of the greatest tight ends ever, but that just wasn't his greatest moment, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you see what AB said?
What?
No.
He goes, if it was me, I would have been ejected from the game.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, real shit.
For real. Yeah.
And I mean, that's just,
I mean, it's true though. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
And it sucks. So, but at the end of the day, that's just the truth of the matter. You know,
Yeah.
life's not fair. People want to make it as fair as possible, but that's people's problem.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
physically
it is what it is, you know?
and it's a law of physics. Like it's not something that you could. It's like as real as gravity is. It's just life's not fair and it's never going to be.
Nope.
So you need to start adapting and playing the game if you want to make it. If you want to get ahead at all and stop complaining. You know what I mean? 'Cause
yeah.
it's just not going to do anything. You're making a bad situation worse. Figure out how to make it right. That's why I fuck with y'all. That's why I fuck with Fredo for real, because he could be going through a bad situation. It's like, all right, let's find a solution. It doesn't matter what is going on. Let's figure out how to get back to where we want to be.
Exactly.
You know, and we can cry about this shit later, but doing it right now isn't going to help. Like, that's
Yeah.
something I resonate with and I relate with. And some people think I'm an asshole for it, but when they need something done, who they call? So it don't matter to me.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of a lot of the time you come off, not you, but
No, it's all good. You
no.
can say it.
What I'm saying
I like
is
being an asshole.
No,
Fuck 'em.
no. What
Fuck
I'm
'em.
saying is that personality or that like that will like to just the willpower to
going.
get it done and just keep going comes off as like
It's obviously
an
being
asshole. It's
overly
like, no,
direct.
it's not.
Like I don't know
You're just
any
trying
other
to-
way to be like. I have to be direct to you, or else I'm gonna just be coming off fake. Because the way that I feel is pretty much probably how 90% of people would feel if they were in the same situation. They're just not gonna say it. And there's some people in my life that really respect that. There's other people that don't like it. And don't get me wrong, I know how to taper myself and water myself down, but why not live your most authentic self while you can? And that's the type of people that we call friends and family that we keep around us, so we can do just that, feel as comfortable as possible. But at the same time, there is something to be said about being polite and making sure that, but
Yeah.
if I really call you a friend and I really fuck with you, I'm gonna tell you like I see it. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking embarrass you in front of, company or in front of hella people. I mean, I've done it before, but that's just my bad. But I've learned from shit like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull you aside and be like, hey, X, Y, and Z, I don't really think that's how we should do it because of A, B, and C, or X, Y, and Z. And then if, either you take it with a grain of salt, or you be like, hey, bro, I really appreciate, even though I don't agree with you, at least maybe they can say, I respect you coming to me and telling me because that's what you really feel, not just because it was, it was going to hurt my feelings or I didn't want to hear it. So,
Yeah.
So let's go to some podcast charts. We talked about it earlier, and I actually went and looked this morning because someone was like, "Yo, what's the Huberman?" Someone at work was like, "What's the Huberman show at?" Or he's like, "Oh, it's number one." I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan's one on across the board."
Yeah.
So I went to Spotify. Of course, he was number one. He has the deal with them. And number two was Call Her Daddy podcast. Have you guys seen this?
yeah, I know.
Alex Cooperman?
Alex Cooperman, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Or no, is it just Alex Cooper? Yeah, it's just Alex
Oh,
Cooper.
Cooperman.
Sorry. I don't
Sorry.
See that. That's why I don't listen to him, but he already got me fucked. My bad, Alex.
But
Fredo's fault.
Right now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Alex Cooper.
do you guys
She's a
like this
gangster, bro.
podcast? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a gangster. She's basically like, Nelk Boys, but for women. That's exactly what she is.
I found her the one. Okay, well now I've probably heard like a few, but the first time I heard her first episode, I was like, "This is literally Andrew Tate for girls."
Yeah.
and I immediately wanted. We have a female in the audience, guys, and I was like, "Yo, this is unacceptable. There's no way." And fuck, I'm probably getting canceled like this, but like,
You can edit it out. doesn't
no,
matter.
we're not editing. Stop. I don't like editing. It's raw, authentic.
I mean, you don't edit
Put it
shit,
on
but
YouTube. Yeah.
Woo edits. Look at that boy.
We're going to have to edit out him talking about not wanting to be edited.
But long story short, I was like, yo, how can Andrew Tate take so much backlash? But like, I can't even describe the first 15 minutes that I heard. It was just like, girls, you need to just do what you want and take as much dick as you want.
Yeah.
And like,
That's
and I was
I
just
agree
like,
with that.
but can you imagine Andrew Tate?
Man, you
need
should
to
just fuck as much pussy as you
pussy.
want. And
There's
get out
girls who
there
are
and
like,
get
oh my
whatever you
God,
wanna do.
but, you know,
That's because they're
misogynist,
women
blah,
and we're
blah.
men. It's not fair.
My point being is, I don't see viral TikToks of her getting backlash.
okay.
Because
Right. So
because
she's a
women
girl.
are like there's somebody that are
I
marginalized in society. So
I understand this. I'm
So
just
society
bringing it up
has a
because
higher
it's crazy.
threshold for marginalized communities of society. They can come out and talk shit and complain because people widely
And
agree
it's
with what they're
accepted. It's
saying.
okay.
And it's okay. Us as men, especially me as a white male
Yeah,
in
God
society,
forbid.
if I say fucking, hey, shut the fuck up, you white privileged motherfucker. We don't want to hear you
exactly.
fucking talking shit and your fucking Gucci flip flops. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how it's gonna be. And that's how society views different races, religions, creeds. It doesn't matter, colors. So
Well, and
goes
since
back to
then,
life
I
not being
listened. I
fair.
listened to some things or some more, and yeah, she's a gangster.
she is.
But bottom line is that always rubbed me the wrong way right away, just because that's the first impression. It goes back to first impression.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
first impressions, I was like, turn this shit off.
And you're
because if
thinking
I
about it-
turned on a
Yeah.
podcast that was like, guys, fuck girls, fuck as many as you want,
yeah.
and
Yeah, like the
you know,
Fresh and
women
Fit
should
podcast, like the
women
Fresh
should-
and Fit podcast?
Literally, if I turn that on, any person with me that's a female would be like, blah blah blah, you are crazy. Like they'd be like ready
yeah,
to run
what
away.
is
and
this?
shit.
Like,
yeah, like
what
get
are you
out of
listening
here.
to?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's not really the best.
Because
first
that's where their
impression, but-
power is. Over time in history, they've learned that's where their power lies. In, you know, not, I don't want to say complaining, but protesting and getting other people on their side and then making us feel like shit. That's where they can't beat our ass. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
don't want to pick up
exactly.
a gun and shoot.
So-
Well, so some women will, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
most likely not. So they're going to do what they feel like they can do to get heard. That's anybody. That's not just women. Like people are going to do that just in general as human beings. Like whatever they can see, you know, is pushing their narrative. That's the direction they're going to go in.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd give Morgan a mic, but honestly, we'll just save it for later.
She's pissed back there or what? I
She-
can't see.
I don't agree.
All right. Anyway. She just,
it looks like she wants to throw her can at you.
When
I
I
know
watch,
she does.
so when I watch Alex Cooper, like you're looking at it as when you.
no, that was that one episode.
no, I know
that was
that.
my first impression.
But I'm just saying because you're
since
very like. I don't want to say emotional, but emotionally driven, and your emotions come from your values and the
He's
stuff
not wrong.
that you live through and your experiences
This is
and
true. I don't
your
like when people
morals.
tell me
So,
this.
so when you listen to something, you think about it right there. It lights a fire because you don't
It
agree with
does.
something
That
that's going on
does
with your
happen to
values.
me
Yeah.
a lot.
For me, being in the entertainment industry, I listen to it and I don't even hear the content or like the message in it. I just know this shit's entertaining. There is a faction, a big faction of the world, and they'll love this. And she is right in that niche. And it doesn't matter if I agree with it or not. I'm like, that's gangster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way that she portrays it. And it's like, at the end of the day, you don't have to fucking agree with what people are saying or what they do say to give them their flowers. Obviously, shit, almost spit all over my. Obviously, she's hella fucking popular. Like, I mean, she's
doing
was signed to
something, right?
Barstool
Number
at
2
one
on
time.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Even Dave Portnoy was like, she's a fucking G. Like, she's definitely going to
and
be one of the most famous podcasters
I am not.
out there.
I'm not taking that away, or I'm not even talking shit. I was just. It's one. It's applause. You know, flowers for number 2 behind Joe Rogan. But 2, I was just when I was just explaining my first experience with her. And yeah, and then I listened to the rest of that podcast, and it was like, oh my god, she went on to just basically say like, you know, when you're in college, like fuck around and you know, do as much as you can, but you know, when it comes time to finding that person, be committed, blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, like your message got better, but the first 15 minutes made it like first
Yeah, if
impression
you're
was
thinking
horrible.
traditionally. If you're thinking monogamously, there's some people that don't give a fuck about who you fuck. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
God
You
forbid
do,
it, the
so
story
you're
was
gonna
the
trip that.
story was switched, and this
It
was
is
a guy.
switched. We live and we can go around and
No,
stick our
but
dick in any hole
I-
we fucking want.
Yeah.
The story, we literally live that. They're just talking about it,
I
and
guess-
they're finally getting to the point where it's
I'm
open
talking
enough
from
to where
a
they can have
podcast standpoint.
No, I
And
understand
I
what
was
you're
saying,
saying. I'll just
God
give the reasoning
forbid
behind.
if I put on Andrew Tate for the first.
I fuck with Andrew
impression.
Tate too.
No,
I like Andrew Tate.
and I'm not saying that. I simply am saying about the message that was delivered for the first time,
When you
for the
first
first
heard it.
impression, for the first 15
Yeah.
minutes. That is
But going
it.
back to Andrew Tate, it's like he did the same thing. It was just in the opposite direction.
Well,
I was
he
like,
didn't do-
look,
he didn't
he's
do
gonna
anything. He
and
got
he's so
clipped.
entertaining. He's hella fucking articulate. But then after he like got those fucking crazy ass clips out of him and like the internet almost banned him from everything in the world, he came back
they
and said,
basically did.
look, this is what I really mean. He was embellishing and hyping it up. He don't really believe in thinking that shit. He has a fucking family and a daughter and hella shit that he doesn't tell the world about, but that's not the image that he gives off. So
Exactly,
he went
yeah.
with something that was the most polarizing and controversial so people could talk about it. Then he reels it back and he's hella good at talking so he can do that. And he basically, his message is like, look, I don't agree with this. This is just how the world works. He's basically kind of saying the same message I was, which, hey, life's not fair. I'm not saying that this is what I would do and this is what people should do. This is just how it is. And people don't want to hear that because, like I said, life's not fair and people are hung up with it being like everybody's trying to make shit fair. It's like, it's just not, you know? And yes, should we do good stuff in the world? I don't think people should be hurt. It's inevitable. People are going to be anyways. But if the worst thing that's happening is your feelings are getting hurt, I feel like we're living in a good fucking life and a good time because there was a time people get strung up on trees and fucking hung over bridges and killed and fucking tarred and feathered and, trapped in the guillotine, fucking heads chopped off. Like, so we've been moving forward as a society, you know, and I feel like if we look at that, we can see a silver lining somewhere in the sky. You feel me?
The truth hurts, and that's the truth. All right, New Heights podcast, Flowers, number 1 on Apple. Call Her Daddy, number 2 on Spotify. Joe Rogan, you're just a goat. Valentine's Day. How was it for you guys?
Was that your official invite for Joe Rogan to be on the pod?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Hey,
Can we get him on?
I see you,
Actually,
Joe. The good Joe too, not the bad Joe.
No, I'd choose. I'd probably choose if you could choose one person right now. You're like, you could get him here tomorrow. Who would you
for
choose?
Sure. Obama.
Obama. Obama's yeah.
That's
Really?
the number one.
All right.
Bro, he's so hard, bro.
All right,
He's just like, bro, he just like talks so eloquent. I'm fucking it up. I tried to explain how well he talks, and I fucked up me trying to say that's kind of like oxymoron, but he talks so eloquently, and like it's just like I don't know, it's elevated like speech. I almost feel more important just listening to him talk. You know what I mean? Like
I'm between two people, Trump and Elon.
those would go crazy too.
Yeah,
those would go crazy. I don't fuck with Trump. But
I'm between both of them. I don't know which one would be better.
fuck Donald Trump.
I don't know.
Donald Trump.
I honestly don't know.
And YG came out with that, it was crazy.
I would-
right around bumping it.
I don't know.
That would go crazy though. We break the internet
For what?
for a podcast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we had Donald
Well, if we
Trump
had
and Elon
any
Musk on.
of those three on, but yeah.
Isn't it funny how like we went straight political immediately? What about you? Who'd you have?
I
on?
don't know. I'm trying to like think of who.
You just
I'd
tried
wanna
to skip
listen
out to the
Yeah,
next.
you
to
just
the
don't wanna
next
answer it.
subject.
If I could choose someone to pop here tomorrow and talk to me,
You're gonna say like a famous luchador or something.
no.
Rey Mysterio.
Shaq.
Maybe
That was kind of random, but I fuck with
Maybe.
it.
He's funny.
go.
He's like.
We'd have to get some bigger chairs.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I would do like I'm just trying to think of who's given some like good crazy pods. Elon to me, I nothing against him. I wouldn't care. Like
Charles
he
Barkley?
wouldn't even be in the top 10 for me too. to
Really?
sit
Elon
down.
Musk?
Yeah, Elon Musk wouldn't.
Why?
I'd rather sit down with like a bunch of other people before I sit down with him.
why?
I don't know. He's like
Unpack
he's a
that for
fucking
us.
alien, bro. Like he's definitely
I
not
fuck with
from the
that,
human
yeah.
Earth. I would probably take controversial
Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk?
Well, shit. I wouldn't even want to talk to Bezos, honestly. But
It seems like you got something against people with money.
no, I don't. I would take Michael Rubin,
That's pretty good.
Shaq, Trump, Tate, Nelk Boys. There's just a few people.
Yeah.
I would literally do Bradley Martin before I sat down with Elon Musk.
What the?
Oh, I would sit down with Duno.
You would sit down with Bradley Martin before Elon
Or
Musk?
Duno, yeah, I swear to God.
I mean, I'd have to think about
That's
it.
kind
I'm
of
not
like
saying
a
I
crazy.
would.
That's kind of like a crazy.
I don't know.
one right
I
there.
just, to me, I don't know.
All right, well, hold on. I'm going to look at this right now, and I want you to explain something to me. What's the Bradley Martin approach?
We're talking about relationships here.
Yeah,
relationships.
what does that mean? Because he
is
wrote it
gonna
down
get-
here like it's
this
a
is gonna
widely
get
used
cut,
reference
bro.
everybody knows about. I'm like, what does that mean? The Bradley Martin approach.
So, how do you feel your New Year's coming?
No. You got to answer this first.
That's crazy. The Bradley Martin
Bro,
approach. That
I've
made
just-
me laugh.
explain.
Bradley Martin, you got your number one stand over here. We need to have him on the pod too.
I watched this Max Crosby interview today.
Max Crosby's a beast.
Mad Max.
Bradley Martin's really good interviewer, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
really is,
He's
yeah.
really good.
He's interesting.
He's
he has
really
a lot of good takes.
And he's like on like 3 pods now. He has he
pretty
co-hosts.
intellectual too.
He co-hosts Nelk Boys. He has Mommy and Daddy Talks, which is also a really good one. And then he has Raw Talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he has any other ones. But yeah.
What's the approach? I'm waiting.
Bro, we gotta get through this. We're almost gonna wrap it up.
Why don't we do just an extra long pod? We don't got to run through shit hella fast.
Anyway, so what else are we talking about?
This is an extra long pod. We'll call it the Drake pod.
The-
You see that fucking thing? I was like, holy fucking
Yo,
shit.
do you actually think that was
Fucking-
Drake?
He's walking
Like,
around
do you actually
with a
think it
fucking
was Drake?
weapon in his pants. This fool needs a fucking concealed carry license.
Concealed
for that fucking
carry
Do you
thing.
think it was Drake or not? Like actually,
I mean, it looked like Drake.
and then he went out on stage and was like, "Yo, the rumors."
Oh, he
are true."
basically said unofficially said it was. I mean, what guy wouldn't say that was
Yo,
him?
but
What the
bro,
fuck?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
There was-
saying. So like,
I would say that was
so
me.
like,
People
do you
were saying
actually
that.
think it was him? Obviously, he went out and said, "Yeah, that was me. That thing was huge."
Yeah.
but
He was like, I wasn't hiding my meat from the world. I was hiding my
my world from the meat.
Or no, I was hiding. Yeah.
So is
I was
it
hiding
real
the
or
world
not?
From it.
I don't know if it's him or not. I would probably. I don't know.
Hey, if it's him, just good for him. And that's all I got to say about it. Good for you, bro. That's crazy. That shit's like
I
it was
chose not to
girthy
watch it.
too. It was like That shit's
It
a
was
fucking
crazy, bro,
anaconda.
because like after that shit happened,
You seen the
I
movie
got a few
Anaconda?
texts. They were
You seen-
saying you're really Drake's twin.
Shut the fuck up. No one said that.
You seen the
know,
movie
it's just
Anaconda with Ice Cube and
No.
and Jennifer Lopez?
Is that the one on the plane?
No, it's the one on the boat.
Uh,
Reminded me of that movie. You guys should watch it. It's pretty good.
So how's the year going for you guys? Do you guys feel like you guys are accomplishing things or not? Not really.
I got a problem with like just being content with where I'm at in life. I always want more.
Do you feel like you're
feel like it's a
doing a lot,
disease.
but you just don't feel like you're actually doing anything?
I'm doing a lot, but I always want to do more. So I don't necessarily like. I know I'm doing a lot, and I'm pretty purposeful when I do stuff. But when I do things, so it's like I'm gonna make sure that is like I'm gonna see it through. You know, as we've been saying, I'm always do that, and I know whatever I do, I'm taking steps towards something that I care about or that I want to do or that's important to me. But I just always feel like I could do more. I have a problem, you know, just taking a time out, resting. I usually stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning for that reason, because the hours when nobody's awake and nobody's doing anything, it's like, okay, these are my hours to myself, and I can chill and either watch TV, play video games, smoke weed, do whatever the fuck I want to. But yeah, this is a little problem that I got, but I just got to sit back, notice, like, and realize, tell myself that nobody ever got everything in one night, and if it did happen overnight, it left just as quick. You want to build something that's going to be long lasting and it's going to stand the test of time, and that people can look at and hopefully think about like, hey, whoever did this shit's a motherfucking G. You know, he's a beast. I couldn't think about even attempting to start this type of shit. And that might sound kind of vain or conceited, but that's just the honest truth. I want to do stuff people are amazed with.
You know, that's something that like a lot of people who have made it say. They're like, bro, just enjoy the process. Enjoy the moments like this where it's
We're gonna have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Because you're gonna look back one time and be like, those are the times
those
that
were
made me.
the, exactly. So
I see that
I try
too.
and do that right now. Like there's so many days, and my thing right now is because I'm very
You just said it made me feel better.
what was that?
Like you said that like these are the times that make us. These are the times we should enjoy. And,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
be in the moment, and that like almost made me feel like a little bit better. Like I'm living in the moment
Yeah.
too. Like
And
I'm enjoying it.
Something
more
with
than I
me
was
is
before.
like if it's weird. It's almost a fucking disease for me. But I try and if let's just say tomorrow me and you we're going to San Diego to do something. There was an event. I already played out tomorrow in my head on how tomorrow will go. The
Right,
time
you
we're
want
gonna
it to go.
leave, our drive, how fun it's gonna be, and all this. So then when I'm in that event, if it's not going according to plan, pissed. Just my night will be ruined. So
no, he is like that.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
That's a lot of
Like,
pressure.
He is like
like
that.
That you put on yourself.
everything I do, I already live it before it's done. So when it's not done the way I lived it, it's crappy for me.
So okay, go ahead.
So
but I don't wanna lose what
my
I'm
big
thinking.
my big thing right now is like just try and be present. Like even right now, I mean, I may have checked my phone already or whatever, but like I just need to try and just focus on right now, today, this moment, and then whatever's after this, go do that. But what's hard about that is in business, in creating and trying to become an entrepreneur, you can't just, I hate when people say just in the moment. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm just doing right now. How the fuck can you not worry about tomorrow or in 6 months and you're just going to live now? You know? So it's like that happy medium of like planning things that need to get planned, but living in the present moment today.
Exactly.
And that's I struggle with.
And
so
there's
far.
something that somebody told me that like really made me think, and it was if you're always going through life trying to have the right answers, your whole life's a test.
Yeah.
It's like how exhausting
Yeah, that's
is
true.
that?
That was hard,
Like,
yeah.
Don't live like that. That's because that's why, at least for me personally, why I play shit out in my head, or I like will start to think about stuff and how I want it to happen, because that's the perfect scenario it could go down for me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, when it does happen, have that same thing play down in reality, and I'm trying to have all the right words and do all the right things to create the scenario that I want. And it's like my whole life's a fucking test. I'm going through every fucking situation. I could have a small talk with somebody on the street, and if it doesn't end the way I want to with the vibes that I want, it bothers me. It irritates me. And I started thinking, instead of trying to strive to always be perfect and the best, which is good, like think about it the way that like that quote basically represents. If you're always trying to have the right answers, your whole life's a test. When I heard that, I was like, that doesn't sound like a good fucking life. Why am I doing that to myself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's hard at first. You don't feel it right away, but
Yeah.
it gets better.
That
I
shit's
still
it's
feel that shit
draining.
too.
It's draining sometimes, but that's honestly, it's my goal. Who said that? Someone said that recently. I was like, I really, really, really need to try and just live in the now instead of the future, because I can't tell you how many days of like some amazing things that I've done, trips I've been on that actually were ruined. In like no one will ever know.
No,
like,
but yeah.
that shit got ruined in me because I already went through that trip.
A lot.
There's a lot.
Something
bro.
happened. We went on
I
a
feel
trip
for
or
you.
something, and you told me that we walked or something. You're like, it's ruined.
I
And I was like,
back to our other part. I do open up to the boys sometimes when it's like of the right
Yeah.
setting, and like it.
I don't remember
know,
what
maybe-
it was for. It may have been Cancun.
It was
something,
just
but,
like there's like so many, like tomorrow. I already did
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's weird. It's weird, bro.
But it's not
so
really
weird.
ruined.
But it's
though,
not
you know?
ruined. I
It's
told
not
him that,
ruined.
yeah.
It's
But
not
it feels
ruined,
like that's the
but-
thing with
Yeah.
emotion. When you're
Yeah.
so emotionally
I'm
driven,
an emotional
you
guy,
feel
dude.
like
Fuck.
you feel like the way you're feeling will never end. You feel like
Yeah.
that's how it'll be forever. And I've gone through a lot of that just by being a fucking overly aggressive and emotional male myself. And it's like I've had to come to the realization that, okay, don't believe your emotions. You're being dramatic because in 15 minutes I'm laughing or I'm not even thinking about that shit that I was thinking about before. So it's like you're just putting way too much pressure on yourself,
Exactly,
you know,
yeah.
to be exactly what you want to be, which is good, but everything in moderation.
People are like, that boy cries himself to sleep. Poor guy.
He probably does, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Hey, I've been there. I've done
I just
that. I
laid
still
down
go through
and
that shit.
cry.
There's nothing
Nah.
wrong with that. What about you, Mitch? Do you resonate or relate with what Fredo said
About
in,
like,
Oh.
in the aspect of just like planning everything out or stuff's ruined? Like, do you live
You know,
moment to moment, or are you more somebody that plans
I'm
stuff out
somewhere.
in
I'm somewhere in
advance?
between.
Okay.
Yeah, like I kind of like
So a normal person.
I
He's
kind
a
of like
normal
know
person.
like yeah, I kind of like know what's gonna play out in the day, but like fucking breakfast didn't go the way I wanted it to. Fuck, the whole day's ruined.
Bro,
Mesa
that-
Cafe.
like,
that would
no,
happen
no.
a lot to you.
No,
You
I'm
have a lot of
sorry.
that, dude.
No, that you saying that is like
They brought this man the whole wrong
Yeah.
order,
Bro.
and he's like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's good.
It's
Whatever."
whatever. Like, look forward to the next
Bro,
meal. I
no.
guess.
I envied you in that moment of how like cool and calm you were, and how like you just didn't care, and you're not give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like you're not give a fuckness. I want that.
Yeah.
on normal days, Saturdays,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast, bro.
He wants us to be at breakfast 7 a.m.
And
on the
if
dot.
we're missing
Like,
by 7:02,
He's
I'm
already-
already feeling distraught.
Yeah, like,
It's
his day's
crazy.
ruined, like-
it's so crazy. I'm like very
You're a very particular person.
Yeah.
no, yeah, literally,
yeah, I
yes.
don't know. But you don't know how many days have got ruined because of the breakfast didn't go right. I swear to God.
But it didn't
Like,
really
what
get
else?
ruined. It was ruined for that moment. And then you had a
That's
great
what I'm
day.
saying.
then
It's not
things
really
can't
ruined,
snap me
you
out
know?
of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's just
you have to believe it though. That's the first step of it, is knowing that, hey, I'm being dramatic, right? You have to tell yourself, even though
Exactly.
it feels like X, Y, and Z, is really A, B, and C.
the viewers are gonna find me a therapist. I promise.
And so, hey, maybe the viewers will be your therapist.
Yeah,
Get down
maybe
in the-
someone out there's
get
a
down in that
therapist.
comment section.
Give me
They'll-
some fucking.
They'll
comments.
contact you or something. Yeah.
Well, before we round it up, I wanna. You have a new song dropping soon.
Yep.
Ooh, it's exciting.
No Agua. Well, when
Exciting.
does this pod come out? February
21st,
The
on Wednesday.
21st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes out 2 days after that on the 23rd.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll revisit it. Yeah.
And I can even get some of the artists on. Maybe we could sit down, talk about it. And I know we were going to react
And you
to
did
it.
a good music. You did a music video.
Yeah, we
already
did a
for it,
music
too.
video to it and
So
everything.
is the song got released already?
No, the song gets released February 23rd, and then we're thinking about dropping the song a little bit after that. So
No,
either
the
a week,
video,
we
you mean?
can have. Yeah, I mean the video.
Yeah.
So song released February 23rd, and the video come out.
That's
maybe like
next
that week
Friday.
after.
Next Friday,
Yep.
23rd.
Yep, we're gonna be going stupid. I'll be in Colorado, but I actually we could get like I know for sure at least one of the other artists wanted to come sit down because I pitched the idea to him like, hey, maybe we should show him the song and the video and get their reaction in real time to it. And he was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Make some
Let's
good
do it.
content. So we could definitely
I'm
do
down.
that.
Fuck,
Yeah. So
But,
No Agua, February 23rd.
My first Spanish
On
song.
oh.
Yep,
Oh,
Spanish
shit.
DJ.
Wait, do you have some verses in Spanish?
Yeah, I got a couple lines, but I didn't tell because so everybody I was in the studio with, one's Colombian, there's a couple Puerto Ricans, obviously a few Mexicans. They're all there. They're writing their verses in Spanish and X, Y, and Z, conversing with one another. And I finished mine first, and they think I'm gonna just go in and rap, and which of course I do in English, but the first two lines are in Spanish, and they started going
Give us
crazy
the
as soon
first
as
two.
I don't know if I should.
All right. Well,
No, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Well, I could listen to it. I figure out exactly how I say it, like the cadence, because I don't want to fuck it up. She just always. It's not the first two lines. It's the third and fourth line.
Let us hear it.
So I say, she just trying to be all she can be. Viene de dinero, sí que sí.
Okay.
And,
Wait.
then, and then in the background, I'm like, a huevo.
That's hard. That's hard. So,
They started tripping. They're like,
she's just trying to be all she can be. Viene de dinero.
sí que sí. It's all about just bitch
Yeah.
trying to get money out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's hard.
But I wrote that myself too,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Hey," well, at first I had said "tiene de dinero," and they were like, "I don't know, you should say viene de dinero,"
Yeah.
so you can see it makes more sense. And then they were like hyped on that shit. They were dope. And then obviously I got like 6 or 7 more bars, or 8 more bars in English that go pretty dumb too. So you know, yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for that on February 23rd, and then. We'll just obviously we could debut the video and shit probably through the podcast too if we wanted to. Like when we show it to you, maybe we could do a split screen where we show it to the audience at the same time. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Might be kind of cool.
That'd be hard.
But
do
yeah,
that next week.
February 23rd, No Agua song officially drops. Video will be dropping a week after. Come fuck with me. I appreciate y'all. Spanish DG, Spanish vibes, Spanish
Go.
poppy.
And that's in right now too.
Yeah, I'm trying
That's
to do
it.
it.
Hella in.
And it's like a dance hall, like house type.
I'll get you in with Javi.
Let's go. I'm trying to do it.
So hard.
I'm trying to do Nicky
yeah,
Yam.
Bro, he'll do it. Him, Javi.
hard,
Did you see Javi and Carol G?
Yeah, I saw
He's
that,
a good
yeah.
fucking actor, bro.
Who?
Nicky Yam.
Nicky Yam.
He's a fucking great actor. I'm like, bro, I was invested in that series. It was hella good.
It was good. I told you guys. I try and like put everyone on the good stuff, but
The young
you
Nicky
probably
Yam.
didn't watch it.
I didn't finish it. Yeah.
The young Nicky Yam was cracking me up.
Yeah. On the
He's smoking the cigarettes.
No, what was it? Yeah, the perks.
Like perico. No estamos pericos.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate it. Go comment,
sir.
like, subscribe. Woo, can we add one of these? Like, go subscribe. And then like
It pops up and
Yeah,
it has
can we
the
do that?
thumb and the check
go subscribe.
down
And
below.
then we got to see it right now. All right, cool. And then what do they say? Turn on the notifications.
Yep.
Beep, the little bell.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's on the side, whatever. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Much
And
love, y'all.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Good shit, y'all.